Hello, today I am here to discuss about the fundamental rights of Indian Constitution, and with this I will also discuss some other points related to the fundamental rights. So let's start. Basically the fundamental rights in Indian Constitution are largely inspired by the Bill of Rights of the American Constitutions. The provisions related to fundamental rights in Indian constitutions are provided in Part 3 from Article 12 to 35. These rights are also classified as specific constitutional rights and constitutional legal rights and ordinary legal rights. These rights are also most indispensable assets for an individual to achieve his complete physical, intellectual, spiritual growth, or you can say that is overall development of individual. It was the most essential part of the fundamental rights. Basically, it is most essential part of the fundamental rights, and you can also remember that is fundamental rights are very essential for healthy functioning of democracy, and thus they are called cornerstone of democracy. So, fundamental rights are also called as cornerstone of democracy because these are very essential for healthy functioning of democracy, and these rights are also fundamental because state can't take away these rights, and any law which violates these rights can be declared as null and void. And it is to promote the political democracy, protect rights of people against invasion by the state, protected and guaranteed by the constitution, or you can say that is fundamental laws. How we will define the nature of the fundamental rights? Fundamental rights provide protection primarily against the state action, not private individual. But there is exception in cases related to abolition of untouchability, right to life, right against exploitation. So fundamental rights are not absolute in nature because they are subject to reasonable restrictions. So if you want to remember these rights in one go, so let's see rights to equality from Article 14 to 18, right to freedom from Article 19, 20, 21, and right against exploitation. It is covered under Article 23 and 24. And there is also right to freedom of religion from Article 25 to 28, and cultural and educational rights are under Article 29 and 30. 29 and 30. And earlier property rights was also a fundamental rights under Article 31, but it was removed from fundamental rights by 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978 and made a legal right under Article 300A. A here is capital A. It means amendment. So, constitutional remedies are also called as fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. Next is Article 12. It defines how it is defined. State for the purpose of Part 3 and 4 of the Constitution authorizes as legal and other controlled and financed by the government within statutory and non-statutory. So under Article 13, all laws inconsistent with fundamental rights to be void. That is, Article 13 provides for judicial review of any law, and judicial review by the Supreme Court is done under Article 32, and judicial review by the High Court is done under Article 226. So you can say that is according to this law, all laws enforced in India immediately before commencement of constitution shall be unconstitutional and void if they violates one or more provisions of Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. to extent of such violation. So one thing I also want to tell you that is the rights, or you can say the articles that are only for Indians. These articles are Article 15, 16, 19, 29, and 30. Article 15, 16, 19, 29, and 30. These five articles are only for the Indians, but Article 14 is for any person, or you can say it may be for foreign. So thank you for all, and in next lecture I will discuss articles of fundamental rights.